daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Daily Newcastle podcast. My name is Iain Mackay. I, as well as the rest of my team, are very proud to be part of the GSPN network. And I'm joined by two of my team, Jo and Nicola, who did a match preview last night, quite short, because it was a day early, really, because we play Leeds tomorrow. We thought we'd come on and update you with a little bit of additional information for that game, but there's one or two other things we wanted to record as well. Joanne, how are you?
I'm all good, yeah. We did cover a little bit off, but we kind of tried to cover about 3 different things last night, didn't we, Nick? So, yeah, it's good that we're doing the extended version now.
And Nicola, Are you okay?
I'm good, thank
Hungry?
you. Yeah, very hungry. Yeah, very
Tired?
hungry. Yeah.
Tired?
Yeah.
Should we get some Liverpool lads on for you to chat to? No, we probably better not do that. So, after your podcast, which was very good, by the way, Eddie Howe updated us on the injury situation because there was a little bit of a question mark over quite a lot. You were right, Anthony Gordon, they didn't appeal against that red card. Anthony Gordon will not play for the next 3 games. Sandro Tonali is trying very, very hard to get fit in time for the match tomorrow, but Eddie sort of went a bit, I don't know if he's going to do it, which probably means he's not going to pick him anyway. Joe Linton's crocked, but Fab Shah, good news for you girls, has, because they followed all their concussion protocols, is going to be okay. A-okay. So there's a little bit to follow on from your team selections. Would you change the teams that you had last night? Given any of that, would you try and bring Tonali in, or would you just give him a rest? Do you think Shah would retain his place, or do you want to see Chow? Nicola?
Yeah, you go first.
Jo, you go first, babe.
All right, go on
then. Because you went to start.
So I did a bit. Yeah, it's all right. I'd be happy with going from the back. I'd be happy to see Shah or Chow, to be fair. Chow has shown enough elsewhere that he would be capable. I liked what I saw when he came down. Granted, it was only for about 20-ish minutes, but I think he could do a job against Leeds. So no, I wouldn't be sad to see either of those in. And I think we kind of touched on who would be in the midfield, because Tonali was up in the air, wasn't it? When you Big Joe would definitely be out. So if it has to be Ramsey in and Miley, I'm assuming would be obviously the 2 that are going to be in if Joe and Tonali are out. Again, I wouldn't be sad to see those 2 in either. There's 2 very competent midfielders that could certainly do a job for us. It's just more the front that I'm not concerned about, that I would like to change, because I would love to see Murphy back on the right personally, with Barnes on the left and Asula in the middle.
He didn't mention Murphy today, but he did say right at the beginning, just before the half an hour before the Liverpool match kicked off, that he was protecting Murphy because he had a bit of an issue with his Achilles. Have you heard of anything updated in recent days on that? I mean, Murphy was on the bench, so he can't have been injured, can he?
True. Can't have been too bad, doesn't it say? Yeah.
No, I'll be honest, I don't know.
My guess is that Tonali will be on the bench, and it'll start with who you picked: Miley, Ramsey, Bruno. And if it's all going swimmingly, like we hope, Tonali might be able to get a day off. I think Tonali also will be trying to get his shoulder fixed so he can go away and play for Italy.
True.
But he would probably do well to take a week off, I think. Up front, did you want to start Asula?
I do.
I think
and
it's
Murphy
the
on the
perfect
right.
game for him.
Yeah.
And Barnes on the left.
Yeah.
So that means you're dropping Elanga. That's weird.
Is it? Over the last 2 games, do you think that's such a weird decision? Generally, just genuine question. I don't think it's that weird. I don't think Elanga is quite fitted in just yet. I love the Elanga signing. I love what Elanga's going to do for us, by the way. I've got full faith in what he's going to do. However, Eddie has gone completely against the grain of how he's brought Elanga in, compared to, as we've said a million times, the likes of, Bruno, so many players that he's kind of eased into the team. So, and I just don't think Elanga's just fully there yet. He doesn't know how we work like Murphy works. I just think Murphy would be more effective on the right. That's why. That's
well. I'm more than happy to see Jacob Murphy get a decent run out. Definitely, I think Barnes has been so disappointing in those first 2 games that I would try Elanga down the left. Allegedly, he can play down the left. Or
Well,
try
if he
Elanga
can,
in the
then bring it,
middle
yeah.
and put Asula down the left. Because he played Asula down the left in one of the friendlies, didn't he?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
still like to play
I
on the
guess
wing,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I guess we shall see who he picks. Of course, they're bound to be playing against Sean Longstaff, not wearing a black and white shirt, which sounds particularly strange.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, forgot about
Just
that.
remind us what your score predictions were, because I want to get my score prediction in,
I did
Mine's is
2-0.
even though
3-1.
it's not available. Even though it's not available, it is. It is available. I'm going to try and do a proper score prediction, and I did get a draw against Villa, right? Joanne, what was yours?
2-0.
To Newcastle.
Obviously.
I hope
I
you're
will.
right.
I'll never predict a loss.
No, I'm not going to predict a loss. I am just a bit anxious about Leeds. Have got home games to get all the points that they need, haven't they? And Elland Road is loud and intimidating, and we are 2 or 3 first teamers short. And I can remember expecting to win the last time we went when they were eventually relegated in that season, towards the end of the season, and we got a 2-2 draw with 2 Callum Wilson penalties. I'm going to go for a repeat of the 2-2 draw, and it'll be disappointing because we will dominate the game and we will miss dozens of chances.
I
We
think we drew
can't
a
have another
win.
game that we dominate and don't win. I'm just
Same.
putting that one out there.
It's
I
all
know we
right.
can, by the way, when people are like, "Oh, shut up, Joe." Yes, we can. But you know what I mean by that, and thanks, Nick, because we can't really just keep dominating games and not win them. So we really have to push for a win on
I
this
know.
game, like.
I know.
And I
I think
know
we'll
I'm
get a.
just getting
I think we'll
impassioned
get a
about it.
draw, and it'll be all right because after the international break, Voldemort from Harry Potter is playing up front for us, and he is
He is.
magic.
He is
So it'll be
magic.
better. It'll be all right when we've actually got a centre forward. So don't worry. Look, that's it. That was good. We got the injuries in. Got my prediction in. Excellent. Let's do this.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast
Wrong one, Iain.
Network.
Iain, do you need Bioniq?
Your body is unique, and Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
He's like masterful and reassuring at the same time, Ken, isn't he? And also trying to charm all 3 of us into bed, I think. But anyway,
Wow.
it's hard to do that with a recording, but Ken nearly succeeds. Part 2, a little bit of an update on the old transfer news. Our German 6'6" beanpole centre forward, Voldemort, has passed his medical today. So not in time to play against Leeds. They'd have to have signed him by 12 o'clock for him to play against Leeds, and they missed that. But I guess that means that he will be available for the games starting after the international break. Hurrah. But, Joanne, you came whizzing through with some hot off-the-press news, which was quite surprising, to do with departure. Pray tell, let us know.
I was surprised to read it, I'll be honest, considering all the hoo-ha and kind of celebration that was surrounding this kid when he came in. But Garang Kual, the Australian wonder kid, who we haven't seen anything of because he went out on loan and then he came back. But then it was like, oh, he's going to, I don't know, they're going to do something with him or they might loan him out again. But no, he's gone permanently now to Sparta Prague for an undisclosed fee. So I'll be honest, I did not expect to see that, but it just shows that I think the hype around him has very quickly died off, and they're obviously now not seeing the potential that they originally saw in him. Who knows? Because to be fair, they're not obviously giving much information as to why it's happened. It's just something that's been announced in the last half an hour or so, and the kid's gone. I mean, fair play to him, and I hope you have a lovely career and nothing against him. He's just a young lad, and we just never got to even know him, did we really?
I was going to love him.
Yeah.
Not a Newcastle shirt, anyway. Did he play for Newcastle?
That's what I mean.
Well, I've seen him recently twice because I've watched the highlights in the under-21 games, and he's looked quite good. He was instrumental when they came back from 3 down to win 4-3 against whoever that was. We did a fantastic comeback this season? I can't remember. I didn't watch it. I only saw the highlights. But yeah, he was instrumental in that. It's a shame because he got sent on a Duff loan deal to Hearts, which didn't work out, and the next year he went on a Duff loan deal to Holland somewhere, Villa maybe something, and they never played him. So yeah, he must be really disappointed and sitting there thinking, I'm not a wonder kid anymore. I'm in my 20s. I better go and get some football, and that's why he's gone. Yeah, good luck to him. Bit of a shame. Now, the other thing I was going to ask you too, in his press conference today, Eddie was a little bit cagey. He certainly didn't say what you might expect him to say, which is, no, that's us. We're sorted now. I want to shut up shop. I've got everybody who I need. He said that he still had 1 or 2 bits that he wanted to do, and he'd be working hard on it right through to the end of the transfer window. So, Nicola, you're first this time. Who do you think he wants to buy? Where is he strengthening? I mean, I know there's another forward coming, a Callum Wilson replacement, so don't necessarily just say that. You can tell us who you think it's going to be, but then where else is he shopping?
Well, he obviously wants to get a certain striker out the flipping door, so that's probably definitely what he's more thinking. Because the poor man looks like he's going greyer by the minute every time he's in a press conference and forced to ask questions. It's such a shame. So, I mean, if I can help him, I'll personally kick that said person out the door with my own feet. So I do think he is definitely, obviously, like you say, on the market for a Callum Wilson replacement. Who that is, I don't know, because obviously I believe me and Jo covered this yesterday, but Wissa is back in training with Brentford, and I don't think that move's going to be coming. Also, again, I don't want another player with that attitude that we've just experienced, by the way. So I'm not sure that would be the best move for us anyway. Larson from Wolves, I don't think that's going to get done this side of the window. I think Wolves have been pretty persistent on 1, the fee, and 2, they don't want to get rid of him because they've disclosed that it's not giving them enough time to find a replacement, which is fair enough. So who it's going to be, I don't know. But let's be honest, our Voltame, he came out of nowhere, didn't he? So he's obviously got his eye on someone or something. The other position, potentially, maybe a central player, mid player, maybe, with obviously Tonali and Joey Linton's. Obviously, I know Tonali's trying to get himself fit, which is fine, but obviously Joey Linton's come off with an injury, so potentially another central player for that middle 3. Again, who that could be, I don't know. I think personally, Eddie and team are looking Europe. I don't think they're now looking solely based off Premier League players. I know Larson and Visser are Premier League players, but I think he might solely be looking in Europe now for what's available there. And it's just a little bit of a coincidence that he said that in the press conference this morning. And obviously, like you say, Thingamajig's now gone to what club did you say he's gone to? Prague. Yeah.
Prague.
For an undisclosed fee. Now, whether that's related, we have to stay in line with some sort of regulation, and or generally just doesn't fit with the team. I don't know, but it just seems a bit of a coincidence that was said this morning, and then he's obviously now gone. So yeah, I think a striker and someone for the middle 3. I'll be quite pleased with that if that happens.
What about he doesn't seem to be able to get a game at Manchester United, but Kobe Mainoo is a fantastic midfielder.
I feel really sorry for him because he was supposed to be the next best thing.
He keeps trying to play him as a sort of like a number 6, and he's number 10. But yeah, if he can't play, we could get him. I quite fancy him. What do you think, Joe?
I mean, we all know striker's the obvious pick here. If it is going to be striker based on what Nick's just said, I absolutely agree with it, by the way, even though there's still strong links of Visser, by the way. The Larson deal's pretty much dead in the water, so that's Wolves have categorically said that he's not coming. The Visser one just won't go away, and I don't think that's going to go away until the deadline is finished in that sense. But then again, they'll probably spark it up in January again. But in reality, if it was going to be another striker, I don't know if it's going to be this guy, but it would be amazing if we managed to get Juve's Vlahovic. Is it pronounced it that way? Do you
Yeah,
sound
I think
Vlahovic?
that's how you pronounce
I mean,
it.
that would be a canny signing that, 'cause wasn't it like 28, 30 million or something? So
It's
there's
a great
an
shout.
unreal signing for an unbelievable price as well. So if we could get someone like that in,
Yep.
if it is the striker position that Eddie's still talking about, and you've got to believe it is, because if we had, let's pretend we're getting him, right? Because let's just put some stuff on the table here about this summer. We've talked about the fact we've got Ramsdale in, we've got Chow in, we've got Ramsey in, we've got Elanga in, we've now got Big Nick in because I can't pronounce his surname. And then if we get Vlahovic in, and Isak goes, and we get a ton of money for it, I'm sorry, but this has now turned into an excellent window if what I've just said would complete.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be a striker he's talking about, man. It's just got to be, because he's got to be beyond sick, but he's going to play it cool all the time because he's Eddie about this whole Isak situation. The amount of people who are questioning him on it repeatedly, and you watch these press conferences, and I think it wasn't this one for Leeds, it was the one before Liverpool. They pretty much spent every single minute of that talking about Isak. There was pretty much no football talked, and like it's got so ridiculous that he must be ready to explode, but he won't and he can't, sort of thing, to a degree. So yeah, it's got to be a striker. I agree with Nick on the middle, by the way. So if we did bring anyone else in the middle, I'd be more than happy to see another kind of centre midfielder come in.
I agree with both of those. I'd love it was Kobe Mainu, but then there must be a lot of midfielders on the list out over in Europe that can bring in to learn the game with Bruno and Tonali. Also, Matt Targett going off to Middlesbrough means I think we're a little bit short in the left back position. I know we've got Lewis Hall. I know Dan Burn and Tino and Trips, they can all cover at left back. But I think we've got to go. Have we got another specialist left back? I don't think we have we? Who am I
Tino's
forgetting?
been unbelievable though, because
Tino
Hall's going to
can
be
play
number one.
left, can't he?
Tino's been unbelievable. I don't personally. It's not up to me, obviously. I don't think that's a priority. If we've got Hall, Tino, Burn, and like you say, even Trips as a fourth potentially, I don't think we need cover at left back personally. But
Okay. I'm just wondering, you see, because he was sort of implying that there was a few plates spinning, and I'm just wondering where they are. But
yeah,
anyway, do either of you girls possess a copy of the latest Zencastr advert?
I'll grab it. Yeah,
Looks like Joanne does. So we'll
I
pause
am
there
on
on
it.
ins and outs. Hot news to have Garang Kual within 20 minutes of it being announced. So we are
It
good.
is. We
Can you
are
give us a
right.
Zenny advert, Joanne, please?
Ah, well, indeed. Here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform. Zencastr came out the clear winner, with 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes all those ums and ahs. It's super easy to start a podcast that sounds great and is delivered efficiently. If you're ready to tell your story, check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr.
Very good. Thank you very much indeed.
Perfect.
Yes, we've just tested that description of Zencastr just before the pod started,
Just a bit.
and yeah, it's all advertising. Um, part three. Part three is a celebration. Do you remember this time last year when we were trying to work out which members of the Newcastle squad would be the first to be picked for England? How we laughed at the ridiculous notions, but they've nearly all played for England now, which is crazy. And Thomas Tuchel announced a new England squad, 24, not 26, for these upcoming two qualifying matches that we've got. Well done to Anthony Gordon and Dan Burn for retaining their places in the squad. Well done again to Tino for being recalled. Let's be honest, Lewis Hall would be in there as well if he played just a few more games,
He
wouldn't he?
will be.
I mean,
Yeah,
where does
it
it
will be.
stop? How many Newcastle? Can you believe we're asking this question? How many Newcastle players will be in England's squad for American World Cup?
For the World Cup.
How many
Do
extra on
we
top
think?
of those four?
Do we think Ramsdale maybe would make an
Ramsey?
appearance? Ramsey, yeah.
I have a sneaky
Ramsey
feeling
and
that
Ramsdale. We'll go for both the Rams.
I have a feeling that Ramsdale's going to pinch the number one slot, and we're going to see how
Whoa.
good he is with his feet, and
There's
he's
a
going to be
prediction.
back to the form that he was when he was looking
At
better than
Arsenal.
Raya. Remember when he was at Arsenal and they brought Raya in on loan, and Ramsdale was so good. They said, "What have they brought this other fella in on loan for?"
Yep.
That's the Ramsdale I want to see. And if it's that
Yeah, true.
Ramsdale is there, I think he'll go.
Yeah.
Ramsey, what's Ramsey got to do?
Play.
Start some games.
Get some
Get
minutes.
some game time. So tomorrow is the perfect time for that.
Exactly, right? He just needs to show what he can do.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
players
cool.
that haven't been called up obviously just need. Just going to point out, by the way, not one Liverpool or Man United player have been called up.
Well,
Really? Is that because they've got no English players in their squad?
don't say that, Ian. That's not the
Ian,
point.
stop pointing out that I don't know what I'm talking
Stop
about.
spoiling our fun, man.
Right,
No,
sake.
you're right. You're right. You're right. But they
Um,
have got English players in the squad.
they have, yeah.
Oh, good.
Harvey
And
Elliott's one of them.
so
Yes.
Anyway, that's just me being bitter because I just hate them two teams.
Can we give a shout out to our Geordie Maradona, though, who's also been called up? So
Yes.
technically, one of our own is there. So
Yeah.
happy for him, man. So happy.
It's just
Yes.
I would have preferred for us to have gone back and bought him back.
I
Because
agree.
now that's going to cost 20 million more now that he's an England international.
Probably.
But yeah, excellent. Great chance, Elliot Anderson. Because there's a role. You see, I think he's an attacking midfielder, though. But if he was going to play, if he clicks playing in that double pivot with Rice, that place is up for grabs. Because Tuchel doesn't think that Bellingham can play with Rice. He's looking for who can play with Rice. There hasn't been anybody in that position since Calvin Phillips. So, to be honest, if you've got to try and replace Calvin Phillips, I think Elliot Anderson's easily going to do that. So,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really
Bellingham's
good
injured
news.
quite now. Bellingham is injured now, though, isn't he? I can't get my
Yes,
words
he
out.
Oh, is
I
he?
say, yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
he's got a shoulder injury or
is.
something. Actually, I don't even know if that's right, but he's definitely got something.
William's got a shoulder injury. Cole Palmer's not picked. He's got a groin injury. Uh, Saka obviously got crocked last week against Leeds, didn't he? He's out. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is. Ankle.
and Cole, I
Um,
think.
but
Yeah,
Phil Foden didn't get picked. Made himself unavailable for the last squad, and then hasn't been included in this one. So he may be self-destructing as we speak. I don't know.
he's been very
Don't
quiet
know.
actually, Phil Foden, hasn't he? This last couple of Man City games as well.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
almost a
Man
shame,
City
really.
were.
He's a real talent at the end of the day,
He's
isn't he? It's
such a
just,
talent as well. Yeah.
it's a strange one what's happening with him.
I tell you what, who I
Well,
am surprised has got picked. And I know people. I think it's because more so of his performances, not so last season, but James Trafford, because I don't think he's performed well for Man City at all,
Nope.
which
He'll
is
not get
bad
a
because
game.
I
I
wanted
think
him at
I don't
Newcastle.
think he's going to
I'm
get a
like,
game, I'll be honest.
yeah, no, he won't. But
Yeah.
I am like, wow, he's been picked. Okay. Anyway, that's just me being bitter.
part of that is why there's a space for Ramsdale and Pope actually. Because to be fair,
Oh
Dean
yeah,
Henderson really. I mean, it's
I
just
know.
by
Yeah,
default, really, isn't it? Just because he plays every week and he's English, you're in.
pretty
Good
much.
grief.
I know.
So
We
well
shall see.
done to our Newcastle boys. We think there's going to be 6 or 7 Newcastle boys in that England squad. I mean, he might buy another. He might buy Mainu playing midfield, and then he'll be
Imagine.
in next year as well. But anyway,
Should we just
just thought
rescue him from Man U? Because Man U are
we'd have
self-destructing
to.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was
Especially Amarin,
worthy.
man.
I thought it was
it's a
worthy
grim
of
time for Amarim.
celebrating.
I feel so sorry for him. You're
Oh,
right, buddy.
we can't keep talking about Grimsby. Anyway, we'll stop
Oh, we
talking
can.
about Grimsby tomorrow. We'll stop talking about Grimsby tomorrow because tomorrow's the day that Manchester United are beaten at home by Burnley,
Oh
and
God.
then we'll be
It's
talking
going to be
about Burnley.
wonderful.
Anyway,
Did you?
Out and see.
that's probably enough. We've updated we're hot news on the morning of the game for you in terms of who's in, who's out, and a little bit of super new transfer news. It's all good. I think we've probably done enough. Thank you very much indeed for joining me, Joanne.
Thank
And thank
you.
you very much indeed for joining me and Joanne, Nicola. It's all right. Um, thanks everyone for listening. I keep saying this at the end, and I should say it at the start. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and not miss any of these gloriously professional podcasts that are coming out.
Absolutely.
I did hear you said that next time we'd be here would be on Sunday night with the match preview on Monday morning to come out on Monday morning. However, Michael's going to do one of his little instant reactions after the game tomorrow evening, and that's coming out in advance. It'll be there so soon after the game. Michael's brow will still be covered in sweat, and then we'll have a bigger chat about it on Sunday night. Thanks, girls. Always lovely to see you.
Thanks.
We are off.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Soccer.